I remember during one of my teacher's talks, someone asked a question that stayed with me for a long time. He said,
Master, if three people each practice a different path of the human and heavenly, the path of liberation, and the path of the bodhisattva, but all of them are equally devoted and diligent, will the results be the same?
My teacher smiled, and instead of answering directly, he told us a story from Zhuangzi. He said, once, there was a family who made a special herbal ointment. Every winter, they rubbed it on their hands, and no matter how cold it got, they never got frostbite. Because of that, they could keep washing silk for others, even in freezing weather. Others had to stop working, but they didn't. Over time, they lived comfortably, never rich, but always fed and warm. One day, a man heard about their secret formula. He offered them 100 pounds of gold to buy it. The family gathered and said, "We've washed silk for generations and barely made enough to live. Maybe it's time we sell this formula." So they did. The man who bought it went straight to the king of Wu.
Your Majesty,
He said,
I have a miraculous formula. Even in the dead of winter, soldiers who use it won't suffer from frostbite. They'll fight strong when the enemy collapses in the cold.
The king was impressed and gave him command of the army. That winter, the kingdom of Yu launched a massive invasion. The air was ice, the ground was steel. Yu soldiers froze and faltered. But the army of Wu, protected by the formula, marched like fire through snow and crushed their enemies. The man returned victorious. The king rewarded him with rank, land, and a title. And so my teacher looked at us and said softly,
The same formula, two very different outcomes. One family used it to wash silk and survive. Another used it to win a kingdom. The difference wasn't in the recipe, it was in how they used it, and in the mind behind the act.
Then he added,
The same goes for spiritual practice.
when your intention is to gain blessings, long life, or success, that's the path of the human and heavenly. You act from the desire for reward, and so you reap reward. When your intention is to escape the pain and illusion of this world, that's the path of liberation. You act from detachment, and so you achieve freedom. But, when your intention is born from understanding that self and others are one, that by helping others, you help yourself, that's the path of the bodhisattva. You act not for yourself, but out of compassion. That kind of motivation is endless. It's what leads to true enlightenment. My teacher said,
If you look closely at your heart, you'll know which path you're truly walking, not by the rituals you perform, but by what drives you to perform them.